Yes, a very big narcissist. He is. Are you the cool colleague that came through when he was dropping Palisade work? No. He said you were living with somebody for about 2 years when... I don't understand what this person that I lived with has to do with whatever is happening. But when at that time he was unemployed, he was also living with someone because he didn't have a place to stay. He was being accommodated by this person. And I had just gotten to meet someone and I left him, stopped whatever that we were doing and focused on my relationship. But I just don't get how this living with people thing is anybody's business. Why are you mentioning it? Because he was also living with someone, Asaseviti. Oh yes, that's why he said at the time you were living with another guy. That was my partner. He was my partner at the time. He was living with someone that he was supposedly dating, but was lying and saying he doesn't want her anymore. And there was also a baby situation happening there also. How am I cheating? Tshepo si lady okay. Yo. I don't want to succumb to the bullshit that he's saying, even though I can say a lot. Because but I don't want to be that girl. Yeah, so funabantwana everywhere. Even with the lady that he was living with, there was a baby situation. Nasa Tlonkimisa. Tshepo and I have not been sexually active together for a very long time. There was no way it was gonna happen. The moment I saw you, Pearl, I knew you could destroy him, but you took the... That's why I'm saying even now, I don't want to say much and make it look like, because right now he's just making me want to say so much, but I don't want to be that person. That's why I'm trying to... Even guys, but I'm not that person. And I'm not going to brand myself like that. Let him say whatever rubbish he wants to say about me. Oksala, if he's not saying it to my face, it's null and void to me. It's as good as rubbish. He failed to speak at reunion. He sat there like a tortoise, quiet. You want to go live and speak about me. When you were given the platform to speak, the experts probed him to speak. He wanted to say nothing. Even the guys at reunion, the cast members, they asked him to speak too. Marano uheleditse he nana munna agasang hakanakana. Yo guys, and then there are women that are praising him. Munna aetsang legata ayang di live. Ay guys, lilona la tlontolla man sis. What is the man doing on a live in the first place? Munna wa thola ha etse legata. Munna o batlang live. I don't care what the context of the life is. What is the man doing live? He wanted a kid with me because he wanted to spite Palesa. That's what he wanted to do. It had nothing to do about him or how he feels about me. He wanted to spite Palesa. That's what he wanted to do. Because that's what he does. Thank you, Shibu. Live. A man must not have social media. Thank you, Lyra. Once you start being on lives, you've lost it. Thank you. Let me pen this. And then he wants to call himself a man. On social media. Whether you were on a show or not, whether he's just supposed to keep quiet and keep it moving. A man must be a mystery. Not be speaking out loud. Hey, yeah, I didn't date her. She was a situation. Imagine you are a whole entire man with balls and you are talking to women that are as confused as you. Because I don't think there are men that have taken the time to sit and watch his life. But men that have serious things to do with their lives. I don't think they have time to sit and watch and listen to another man lie like that. You can request, my love. I've been asking. Do it. No, dinikan neti. Bana banaling di kelelo tsa tsa chelete and provide for their households. Ha bana na go kena ga di living ba mamele nonsense. Yeah, now he takes it upon himself to sit and go live and speak about Pearl. The very same Pearl he didn't date. If you don't care so much about me, why the fuck are you talking about me, bitch? Nahana, got 10:35 live, you. And then he says he wants to have a kid and he wants to have a wife. Sis. I allowed him to come to my house. Actually, let me actually speak to this because a lot of people are asking me. I allowed him to come to my house because he left me so many I think it was close to 20 missed calls that he left me. And he called me driving. He sounded very agitated because he had just left. It was during that episode where he had just left the house and he sounded like he was somebody that wasn't okay. I allowed him because it was a safety concern. Because I felt like, okay, and knowing his situation, I was like, let me just allow him to come and just give him roof for that moment. And that's all I did. That is it. He called me 20 times and I couldn't even hear my phone ringing. I picked up that my phone is ringing because I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw that my phone is, because I think I had forgotten to remove it from silent. So it kept on flashing and flashing. So I was just being a caring person from a place of safety to say, okay, he's in a situation and he's not okay because he didn't look okay when he came. That's why I did it. Nothing more than that. I was just concerned for his safety because if somebody blows up your phone like that, you worry. And him and I, had not talked in a while. So now you're blowing up my phone. What is happening? And the way he made it sound, yeah, we just got into it. He said to me, remember, this is 12 a.m. in the morning. I'm asleep. Yeah, we got into a fight. Yeah, can you please, I need a place to crash. So I'm thinking, okay, probably the worst happened, right? So I decided to help him. That's all I did. It's fine, Siva. He can say whatever he wants about me. Tshepo doesn't move me, guys. Hey. Yes, Miss Bree. And even people making noise. Yeah, you guys slept together. That man didn't even touch me that day. And he literally left the next day. There was no, we were not even trying to be people that are trying to attempt anything. It was literally Botu. It ends there. That is just it. And also, if you're going to go on a live and say all these things about me, why no phonela now when you're in crisis mode? No, he lives with his mother, Julie. No, I didn't have any lemon creams, Nollywood. Yes, he lies a lot, Dini. He's a pathological liar. That is why when he speaks, he doesn't want anybody around to disrupt him. Because thank you, Lerato. Yes, Nana Moon, a whole man that wants to have wives on a redemption tour. Moon, men, sis. No, we're not. Thank you. It's also the use of English language out of context for me. Yes. Gianni, you cannot come and say this here, babes. After hearing what people are saying that he's saying about me in his life right now, you can't. I'm basically responding to the things that he's saying about me, so you can't be saying I'm bad-mouthing him. Come on. He slept in the car when he was here. He didn't badmouth Shamka. He said you were not really in a ship. It was on and off for 4 years. He always says he has nothing to say. He knows if he's bad-mouthing, bigger things will be revealed. But saying I cheated is bad-mouthing, or making it look like I cheated. Donis Tamba, I'm not going to answer you. I'm really not. What did he say on Tuesday? Because Tuesday, I don't know anything about it. What did he say on Tuesday? Please ask them. What is a good thing that he said about me? Because my chat is, why are you agreeing to everything and suddenly now you are changing your story on a live?
I just wanted to ask something. Perhaps you can give me a bit of clarity. La Payana in the reunion, something was said about plans to reveal a pregnancy at the reunion had you become pregnant. So I just wanted to find out, Suguti, if you guys didn't be intimate, like how would that have happened? Like what are the possibilities of you being pregnant if Anbanga intimate, and were you also in agreement of revealing a pregnancy at the reunion?
Okay. So that was a conversation that he approached me with, saying he wants us to get back together. So it was part of the whole let's get together and start again conversation, right? So yes, even though it was a conversation, but we were not intimate at the time. So it was a conversation to say, if you agree, we go back to normal, we're going to be a couple, we're going to date. And if you do fall pregnant, then at some point when we go to reunion, because he said to me that, so at reunion, it's a tell-all where you have to go give your experience after shooting the show. So if it happens, then it means I'm announcing that, okay, I've met someone, she's pregnant, and I'm expecting a baby. It was a conversation. And because I thought he was intentional, I kind of agreed to say, okay, let's give it a try and see. But I realized, I think a week or two later, that no, man, this guy's not about me, but he's just about just getting his baby, and that's that. Because he did not show interest in being present in the relationship. He was just not, acting like a person that wanted to be in a relationship, and as serious as he made it seem he wanted a whole commitment-ish thing, buying a house, we're going to live together, I'm going to be a man, I'm going to step up, but he was not acting as what he said he wanted. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah. So is it true that you got into the show by being approached by the other party?
Yes, it's very true.
Oh, okay. Because I've been hearing sort of like, isn't there a conflict, but then no, saying that you're the one who just approached the show. Yeah, but
no,
then
I didn't approach the show.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
So manje ngicela ukuthi seeing as obviously there's lives everywhere, Tshepo is going on lives, and I mean you also going on lives. Like, are you guys not in speaking terms anymore?
No, we're not. Okay. We haven't been for actually a very long time, for months.
So this is was the last time that you guys spoke at the reunion taping, or did you speak after that?
We didn't even speak at reunion. We did not even interact.
Okay, so at that point it was already downhill.
Yes, it was already downhill. We were not on speaking terms. The last time I spoke to Tshepo was, I think, in July, and he had called me because of that whole scene where he called Makoto H. Yeah, that was the last time I spoke to him.
Okay.
I think it was shortly after the show had aired. I think 2-3 episodes in. Yeah, and then we never spoke again after that.
So it was after the episode 8, not while it was being taped, that you guys spoke.
Spoke the last time, or he came and approached me?
No, when he approached you, was it?
When he approached me, it was still shooting. They were still shooting.
When he needed a place to stay after they had a fight.
It was still, remember, they were shooting sometime early in the year, March, and the show aired in July. So this happened early in the year, around March, and they were still shooting at the time.
Shame, guys. This is hectic. But okay, thanks very much for engaging me and entertaining my questions.
No problem, Mama.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
I don't want to ask you any questions, but I want to say, after Tshepo went, after the podcast was broadcasted, there was a live on Tuesday. It's a pity because I don't remember the girl that was hosting that live.
Yeah.
It didn't have a lot of people. It had like 99 people. And I was like, why is this man twerking for 99 people?
Was this on TikTok?
On TikTok, on Tuesday. So what happened was, someone said, Ora Tshepo, you were quite smitten with Palesa when you met, when you met her. Was it the body, And then someone said, yeah, Tshepo, you have a type because you date hot women, like even Upel, she's quite hot, she's pretty. And then Tshepo was like, so I'm glad, firstly, I must say, that Uti, nothing he says affects you, because I don't feel right saying or repeating what he said, but at the same time I feel like it should be said, because there are a lot of people on this live. When I said he said vile things about you, they said no, but he didn't say anything nasty about you. And I was like, I was there on Tuesday, you can't gaslight me, boo. I was there. So when someone said, oh, but even Pearl, like, you have a type, if those are the kinds of women that you date, and then he was like, that thing, and that's verbatim, that thing, Suga, she's nothing, that thing, you should see my exes. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, why are we seeing your exes? What about you? How are you going to, like,
and also him, like, why are you angling your clap back? If he needs a clap back, why must you come for my looks? Because
exactly. I was like, and it wasn't even people were saying, no, but you like hot women, like they are really pretty. Like Palis is a pretty girl, Pearl is a pretty girl. These girls are pretty, And she was like, have you seen my exes? He even said, Zbanban, let me send you a DM, just one. And I'm like, but these people are your exes. You went on a show looking for love, looking for marriage. So what does having these supposedly hot exes do for you?
Exactly. When you can't even maintain a relationship with any of them. You have to go on the whole show to go find marriage. With all the women you're supposed to
and you're talking about just Tembu. When you can't even secure one wife.
Secure one.
Like secure one to
Oh, Sana. Oh.
Exactly. So I wanted to clarify that, guys. But Tshepo, I think he was more calm in life because there were a lot more people, and I think the creator has a lot of followers. But on Tuesday, he was speaking out of his ass. I was like, literally, I was so shocked with the things that he was saying. And the thing is,
I'm only hearing about this live now. I didn't even know that he went live on Tuesday.
He did. It was I think it was around 10 p.m. My friend sent me the link, and we're listening to him, and we're gobsmacked, and we're like, this guy. And I was like
imagine, come. Anyways, guys, unfortunately, hey. Like,
and this person on the live was crying about Balisa body shaming him. On the podcast, he was crying about Balisa body shaming him, and he has the audacity to call Omnye Umdwana a thing. Did you guys dated for so many years? What you think?
That is why, guys, in the sitting Dobana, and I'm going to say it on this live, ne? I want everybody that called Balisa crazy to call me crazy too. Because there is nothing that will come out of that man's mouth that will ever make sense to me. Because you cannot go cry on a podcast about something that you effortlessly do to people. Because I never body shamed him. Let's start there. But he's coming for my looks.
He's coming for you.
But he keeps saying he retaliated to Balisa because of what Balisa was doing to him. I did not go to the reunion. I never said anything bad about him. His weight, how he looks. I basically stated facts about what happened between the two of us. But he's coming for my looks unprovoked.
But he's speaking his truth. My other thing is the men on Married at First Sight this season were literally the bottom of the barrel. So why would he get a bad edit? We had Pastor Breezy, we had Utemba, who had lobola a whole wife, but yeah, now he thinks he got a bad edit. The only good person was our Lord and Savior Bongani. I'm sorry, I had to say that. There were so many. Those men could have said, "Hi, I got a bad edit." Bad edit. No one. It wasn't AI. We literally saw him say things, do things, pout. Like, guys, this is why I'm not understanding. People are saying, no, man, maybe we're misunderstanding Tshepo. How are you misunderstanding something that you saw? That show is not scripted.
And at that time, you haven't even dated this person to say he's been misunderstood. Aumazi. You haven't had an experience of him. That's why I'm saying that I want people who say she's crazy to come and say, guys.
Oh, guys.
Because how are you coming for my looks unprovoked? Yeah, that thing. And no pindis because
exactly. It hurt me so bad. Like when he said that, I was like,
and also saying that it's going to make me feel as small as he feels about himself. There is nothing that he's going to say about me. Even the people that think body shape, guys. The thing about people is that they think that we are all moved by people saying vile things about the way that we look. Some of us untouched. Like for me,
we have worked on ourselves. He needs to work on himself.
You can't, guys. It's 2025. You honestly cannot think calling me fat is going to shrink me. Try something else. Because hurts me.
Paul, you walked onto that stage. You walked onto that stage in the Bukele, and I was like, well, how did he fumble her? So this is like, let's show. I was like, oh my God.
Because people think that, there is nothing. Listen, Sive, akekho umntu ozawundi convince uba landoda ikhona into writing. There is nothing. Lamtu, he's not okay. And also for people to come here and say, oh no, you're bad mouthing him. He started it. I never came for his looks. I basically said I talked about my experience with Tshepo. Nowhere did I say, oh, but he's this. Oh, but no. And I want somebody that says I did to come and tell me here in my comment section. And you guys are busy saying, oh, but now you're speaking bad about him, Johnny. When you see they saying you talk bad about me. Unprovoked. Imagine calling me that thing simply because I went to go expose you.
To a point where he wants to prove he's got hotter exes by how would those exes feel? I mean, ex yakhe wena uzofila njani seculator picture yakho ku DMs zabantu ongabaziyo just to prove that he's dated hotter people. Uthani lento hotness why are women's hotness a currency to you?
Listen,
what do you bring?
Tshepo knows in his mind that I could have been the best thing to ever happen to him and he fumbled. No one can.
Oh, he fumbled hard.
Tshepo, no, he can say whatever he wants in Gampa. That girl is a gem. That is why I said it on the show. It's just that they edited it out. There is nothing bad that he can say about me. He chose to come for my looks. It was factual. Why?
Exactly.
Instead of you stating facts about me and the kind of person that I am, why are you coming for my looks? Because you've got nothing shitty to say about me. I'm the best thing. In fact, they are nothing compared to the way that I look. I'm sorry, no offense to them.
Exactly.
If there's anything that I want women to come and learn is that don't let anybody make you feel otherwise about yourself. That man knows that he cannot come for me. He cannot. He doesn't.
And what he was doing is exactly what he did to Palesa, because he says he never called Palesa ugly, and yet it was a clapback for him. It was easy for him to say that's why your father called you ugly when you were young, but he said previously he had denied it. He does it. It's him. This is
imagine, like, what the fuck?
That guy. He's got an ugly soul. I'm so sorry.
The anger to come for my looks that thing. Cease.
And the thing is, he literally could have just let this pass. By the following Sunday.
That he should have just kept. Doesn't matter whether he was on the show and people want to know. Give Ale up. Wathula, what he move on with his life and let people forget.
Exactly.
Qale waya kwi-podcast wayosidika kwi-podcast ethetha into esingayivayo. Uyaphinda ngoku kwenza i-lives nangoku ulive kungolwesine indoda eya-live oko guys yo and then people have the audacity to come and ask me in the comment section, are you guys still together? Come on.
And honestly, it's none of anyone's business. Ba kwaye kwathini go A, B, and C. All this seems suspicious. It's been 8 months. It has been 8 months.
In one once, guys.
I just want to say the way you are such a girl's girl. I said this on Sunday when we went to the show, but man, this lady is such a girl's girl, because if we are born a situation yako iyafana nale ka not ngam but it's similar no Nellis no
yes.
So yes, so if it's so nice when women come together. Bamamelane, it's okay even if you're not dumping the man, but in the mamele, because I'm not trying to get back to my ex.
Exactly. Don't be spiteful.
Yes.
Don't be listen to what I have to say and show compassion. You don't have to be my best friend, but just be compassionate for my situation.
Because noba kungathiwa we experience people differently. Bayafana bethuna umuntu will show you 5 years in the relationship why the ex yakhe beyiphethe kanje. Noba ngathiwa we experience people differently umuntu akachange, but kesana don't stop being a girls. Good night.
Thank you so much, my love. I'll do it all over again if I have to.
Now I'm gonna step down, go. But Unyansile or the son, do not stop being a girl's girl, because I feel like what you did by going. Firstly, I like that you listened to Upalisa when she contacted you, because there've also been a lot of questions. But now Upalisa in a white, but you as a guys, look as a gaslight when you finish. Second opinion, but Pearl, am I crazy? Like, dim wrong of the equation, you know?
That's why I even said on the show, sorry to interject, that's why I even said on the show that Tshepo is very good at making you feel like you are not enough. Tshepo is very good at making you question yourself. He's very manipulative, guys. You question yourself so much, and I don't blame her. Literally, I don't, because you literally ask yourself
just how broken Upalisa was in Ireland. See, now we are focusing on her reaction, but think just how broken that whole situation,
experience, and what she was going through that led her to be this person. That's why I'm saying that if you have not walked a mile in a person's shoes, guys, don't be too overly opinionated about their situation. Because Sesotho Sirisia does what Mongason. Islangu sityu mnikazi waso. If when as how do you have a lot to say about another person's situation? Pity for me, I dated him. Everything, guys, I think it was from the third. In fact, let me say, from the episode where he spoke about polygamy, I was triggered because he did the very same thing, and him lying and saying that, oh no, it was just a conversation. Tshepo bullied me into agreeing into polygamy. He would always try and have that conversation to instill it in my mind, but this is what he wants. It was a lie. That's why I'm saying that I was triggered, because I felt like you are doing things that you were doing to me, and he wants to make it look like, oh no, it was a lie, it was just a conversation. And
Tshepo has that language. I remember listening to him in the first episodes. Like he's got, when Indota has a language, like the right language. Oh, I want you to be my peace. I want you to do this.
Yes,
I'm gonna
he was
be
speaking about it. Thank you.
He weaponizes it.
Yes,
exactly. He weaponizes it. So
and he said that please be my peace statement twice, meaning. Relationship, your purpose is to serve me. I've got nothing to contribute to your mental health. The only thing that you must do is to say that's basically what he was saying.
Exactly. It was his vows. Oh, I was moved by his vows.
I was too. I was triggered from that point. Utell into zamanu repeat about please be my peace, please, because he knows he's toxic. He knows he's toxic.
No, for sure. Definitely. Yeah. But I applaud you and I love you.
My love. I love you so much. I love you too.
I think you're amazing.
Thank you, my love.
All right, okay, good night, babe. I'm gonna be in the comments.
Okay, no problem.
When the show started, I was so taken by vows as God said. I was like, man, what a great guy, comes from a good family, and those vows. Until someone in my life told me, Ubana, they had a thing with Tshepo. So I won't mention names because I'm trying to
It's fine, yes, don't, baby. It's okay.
Someone in my life had a thing with Tshepo, and izinto wayezithethile were totally different from what we were seeing on the first episode of the show. So wayesitsho ukubana man, that one liar, uthanda amantombazana and
Kutho lo mntu uthi ebejola naye.
yes, they were not really in a relationship.
Yeah, but they just had a thing, yes.
Thing. So singayibelieve ke nomnganam bana asana this person is definitely lying, because lento ayithethayo is the total opposite of what we are seeing on the show, yebo.
Yeah.
And then as the show progressed, we were like nasana, this person ebengaxoki, ebenyanisile, every word she said about Tshepo ebenyanisile. And wabesitsho bana uthanda amantombazana. He's very good with the tongue. Ulwimi lakhe luyashelela nje, uthetha kamnandi and you will listen. But the lies, the womanizing, the woman.
Oka ingathi uyabhatalwa la mfana.
Sana, what is the reason?
Oka la mfana.
Because akho mntu othi he is wrong for saying he had a bad experience on the show. It's okay. Nathi sibukele show. There are parts where we can say, Palesa ebenze wrong and I sharp asiyavuma. Kodwa to say akho nto wrong ayenzile on the show, he was just reacting to how Palesa was bubumene bobugqubusha bobubhedengu usiqhela kakubi watching the show usimbonile ubana ungumntu onjani. I just wanted to add that ubana even people who know him personally, he's exactly like
this person. He's just frustrated because people are coming out and they're, let me not say people, I am coming out, or I came out to say the person that he is. I don't care whether we dated for 2 months or a month or a week. Oksalayo, no one can tell me about that man. I know I've experienced him. So he's just retaliating because he doesn't. And when the reunion was playing, he said people are now seeing me as this narcissistic. Yes. He really takes what people think about him seriously. So it bothers him that this is what's been said about him. Look, he, like you said, unomlomo mnandi lapho uyaqona.
Yes.
And why teta uyamamela uqonda ba yo hayi ndoda amle. Into zenza sense, and you feel like this is somebody I'd actually want to build with, because he comes at you with things that you want to hear. Nobody wants a guy to say, oh no, I want to see where this is going to take us. Uza say ba nandifuna umfazi. And that time he was obsessed about why there is bizarre. What was his Instagram name at that time? Something along the lines of Mr. Husband. Yes. When I met him, his Instagram name was something along those lines. Mr. Husband or Mrs. Husband. Something like that. But Bekuku husband. I'm not sure if Mr. or Mrs. He was very obsessed about being a husband. It was like a fantasy for him to be a husband. So everything he said made sense. But okay, this person, Ofuna, he wants to settle down. He wants to, start a life. And I wanted the same thing at the time. I wanted somebody that knows what they want.
And then but I wasn't here because I joined later on. And then what led to the end of your relationship?
Because he was non-existent in the relationship. One moment you visit him, you guys just sit there on the couch quietly, he doesn't speak to you, and you're just like, okay, oh, he's not present, man. I was like, he's very dysfunctional. Like,
were there ever good times, or it was just all bad?
I wouldn't say good. Good. It was okay. I never got to a point where I feel like, yo, Sana, this is my man, and I'm proud to be his girl. No, but I just think I gave it time because I felt like maybe there's stuff happening that is distracting him from fully focusing on me or the relationship. So we could never get to that point where we ultimately date and we enjoy the experience of being together. But I just gave him time because I felt like maybe I'm giving up too quickly. Let me just give it time. Hence, I went back twice or thrice. You know, I had hoped that we could eventually get to that point, but with each attempt, it was like this man is not. He's not present. He's not. Invisible.
I get that.
Yeah. Basically, I don't know if it was just with me. Maybe you guys.
No,
maybe I was the problem. The point where literally there was a point where I visited him and he was quiet. Like I was just sitting there on my phone and he's also quiet. And I'm thinking, okay, sharp. The next morning I leave. Later that day, he texts me, I don't understand why you came if you're just going to be there quiet. Why don't you initiate conversation?
Yeah, Pearl Foba, that's the experience we saw with Ubalisa again on the show, because he would keep quiet. He would punish Ubalisa. So this is
something about Tshepo, he will punish you with silence.
Yo, we are punish sana teacher, principal.
I'm sorry, Uvala up. Nihlale phela couchini, ahlale efonini yakhe nawo uhleli kwakho phone komba kwenzeka ntoni apha. And at some point I thought, okay, it's because the relationship is still new.
But the question on the comments is, then why did you stay for 4 years if that was the treatment that you got from him?
To correct people again, I did not date Tshepo for 4 years. I've known Tshepo for 4 years. We were not in a relationship consistently for 4 years.
No. Oh, okay.
I met him in 2021, and till now, we've always kept communication as friends or as attempted partners, as flings, whatever we were doing. Right? We've never broken communication, like to say, I'm blocking you, I'm never going to speak to you again, never in my life. We've always spoken, me and him. Even if it's just a courtesy call to say, hey, how are you? Are you okay? We've always been those people. So people must stop saying, I know it sounded like I said we dated for 4 years. No, we've known each other for 4 years.
Okay, so during the time that you guys dated, did you ever meet any of his friends? Because Lapayagwi show, as we saw, he said Uguti, he didn't have friends. But then on the other live he said Uguti, he bought the nappies for his friends. Nappy bri, he called it. How phela asinayo thina reason
angazi lutho yakhe yabhuti.
Is
I've
it?
never met a friend, an acquaintance, no one.
Ish. Okay, Cho. I nothing as far. Mara, it's fine.
Baby.
It's okay. Okay, one more question actually. Like, this is a very serious question.
Yeah.
So, Pearl, obviously we all watch the show, and not to devaluate anybody's experience, especially Palisa's experience, but when as somebody that Palisa came to and as somebody who personally has experienced with Tshepo, is there any way that you hold Upalisa accountable for her actions? Because I understand, Uguti, yes, Tshepo is this bad person. We've all painted him with this very bad brush, and because of the stuff that he's done. But I feel like nobody is holding Upalisa accountable for her part in the mess. So what's your opinion on that?
My opinion about that is that I personally feel like she did what she needed to do. I'm not saying it's correct what she did, but I'm not going to say she was wrong for doing it, because I understand being in a situation like that and you have to fight back. Once you are in a situation like that and you need to redeem yourself, there is nothing else that you can do besides finding a way to make yourself feel better about the situation. So I just basically feel like she did what she could. Maybe she could have handled it better and also just step away from the situation and not make it change who she is. But I'm not judging her for fighting back the way that she did. She did what she could with what she had to deal with. That's basically what I have to say.
Okay. Chomi mara ngesikhathi bek-invite laphayana kwi-tell all kwi-reunion bayanibhadala wena since
wait le ndaba niyayifuna. No comment, baby.
Yazi.
No comment.
Joma understand ukuthi indaba uTshepo befuna ukucrasha lapho kuwena. I your bedroom is looking so nice. Nambe ngafuna.
Yakhathaza uyadina. This is also that thing. Something. I remember that and Joe back. Something. Bye, baby. Thank you so much.
Is he a single child? Do you know?
As far as I know, no, he's not.
Your last born?
I think so. Yes. I'm not really sure how many. Look, I don't really know much about the siblings and stuff. But yeah, I know that he's got.
Keep it in, Joe Burger. Could you please mute? And otherwise, I'll mute before I go in with the girl.
No, I just muted her. Sorry, baby.
Oh, okay. But because I was telling a friend of mine, Tshepo is one of those kids. Like one I see others that like he struggled to get him, and then when they finally conceived him, he wants to be, he's got main character syndrome type of vibes. It is so puzzling. It is so puzzling how anyone could be like that and think it is okay to even treat women like that. To the extent where you even tell your mother. And I don't even think he told his mother. I think, I don't know what facade he was in. Like, I think, and I mean, yes.
We won. Kuning and we won, babes. Yes, Kuning and then we won.
Yeah, but more than anything, you looked so amazing. You were so graceful on that stage. I'm yet to visit his live to see what he said. I'm not even sure what he said. But yeah, he is.
Maybe somebody will screen record for us so I can hear. But Osive gave us a bit of what he said. Apparently, he also went live on Tuesday and spoke about me. Yeah, even today, apparently, he's been talking about me and saying that we never dated.
I could say Visham, Tshepo a problem in society, and I think he's like that teddy bear, if you're into that teddy bear look. That English is Englishing, and Banyana Baka, be very careful of these guys who with the twang. Like Muna twang is a problem in life. But generally, you look so graceful, you look so amazing, and good for you for going out there. I feel like we suffer in silence as women, and we don't even support girls who are crying out, even though we've suffered in the same hands or mouths or speeches of the same man. So yeah. Thank you.
Since you in contact with Palisa, how is she? Like I'm so worried about her.
She's okay.
She's okay.
Yes, she's okay.
No, that's just what I wanted to know.
She's fine, Shem. She's good.
Oh.
She's a very strong woman. Yeah? She's a very strong woman. We are happy for her because other people wouldn't have come out of that experience the same. But as far as I know, she's okay.
Even on in the comment section, Val are not marriage types. That's true. Val is for group dance. Akuna matota Val.
Ena muna wa Val go batla ba. Se mo ba sa. Ata wa tsaya ku jeti no musa.
Yo, ba afford that. ba go tla ba afforda jwang ka cashew nuts?
No musa. No.
Sorry guys. It's imphume no.
Ke kopa Tshepo dilo ko habo bathong guys, sorry ne. Kopa dilo ko habo. Because eke boneng e etsahala ko wena. And I'm so happy that you stood up for Palisa. Because if you did not do that, so many people out there, especially men, were already judging Banana Wanabatu delusional. She was not delusional.
Yes.
If we're not usapalama stage, so Wanabatu unaile, and the community, the society, manotulo diaba musapresa. Which is wrong. No, Tshepo odletse ka yena, it's fine, but adule ko habo and ho bona halo go banna ba jwalo ba dule mo mahabo bona ha ba dule bo mama le bo papa, they should not go out there for women.
True, very true, mama.
Yes, babes.
It's very sad to see that even now, after saying so much, there are people that still think she's crazy. Even me. She's
Ale batla banna bathong Tryon Limpopo KZN. Not KZN, my sister. Can I
just get a hot?
Okay.
West African something. South Africa mon. Baby, do you watch Married at First Sight in Zanzi? Ari, what's that?
Take your time.
No, guys, I'm single right now. I am so single, and people thinking to be no Tshepo. Imagine. Okay.
So never.
Look, obviously, I can't have exact same experiences as Palisa did, but certain traits like the silence, manipulating, lying, those I can definitely attest to because I've had an experience with that. But remember, for me, yes, we attempted to date or dated, but I've never lived with him like Palisa did. Remember, these people were living together, so they woke up next to each other every day like a couple. I've never had an experience like that with him.
Oh, I get it, because
we're dating, as people that would come visit and he leaves the next day or whatever, but not live together with him in one space for a long period of time.
Oh, okay. Was he also fascinated about making a baby with you? Because it seems like any relationship.
He did. During the shooting in March, he wanted a baby with me.
Oh,
yeah. He wanted a baby.
Tshepo is I don't know. He's not for the faint-hearted. But it's
like, that guy. Irrespective of what we say, guys, there are people that see Tshepo as befitting to be a man in their lives, and that's okay. Not my monkey, not my circus, and not everybody else's that agrees with me. But the sad reality is that there are people that are willing to date him and see him as a potential loving partner.
Wishing them good luck. Did he pull the polygamy card on you?
Oh, so many times, babes. So many times. So many times. It was a forced conversation even at some point.
Then it means Palisa was gonna have a sister wife. I mean, if that was his fantasy.
Sister wife ubanayo xa uthe wachata. Asozalo ukufuna isithembu ungakhange. Awuna nomnye umfazi kodwa ufuna isithembu wena. Abantu abachadileyo abanondlunkulu umamkhulu wena awukabi nomnye phofu awunayo ne-girlfriend kodwa ufuna isithembu benana khani mende thuna yiwa
Yo, kodwa ke I was so happy to see. When and how did they get you to go and fakaza? They ube ngufakazile because you could not lie or you were just telling him it's about time that you own up, and I think I really liked how you were able to confront him.
And he was given the opportunity to own up and he refused to do so. What he's tired. So
shame gig. No, bantu baseval Satan na kuTshepo siyabonga nge-opportunities.
Ngithi mina ndifuna ukuzofakaza kule party yesithembu. He was invited as a guest on that live. So someone asked him, Ubana, is topic yesithembu, was he gonna bring it on if wayengayibonanga notification? Ngoba uthi wabona notification from Palisa's phone. So uthi yena he was not gonna bring the topic of isithembu until wabona leya notification. He doesn't want isithembu and so and so. So lo sisambuza uba then why ubuza uba yena isithembu or wathi wena you would like isithembu? Athi yena no, isithembu ebezosithatha if he was allowed to. And then lo sisathi no, but awukwazi ukuthi yena isithembu ngasithatha if uvunyelwa ngumuntu because isithembu yinto esuke ifuna ngowe at that point. Athi no phela if my wife is like I'm open to isithembu then lapho benzosithatha khona, not ukuthi I wanted isithembu nje kwasekuqaleni. I'm like dude,
mina niyayibona ukhona umuntu ngayibona ngokuba le ndoda iyaxoka makangena apha atsho uba ndisavuma uba kaxoki. Ozandaza ndayibona indoda exoka olu hlobo yhu eyaxoka la chap guys eyaxoka la ndoda bethuna
uthi ubana wayicela umntana kuwe ngoMarch ngexesha eshuta. So did you know that she was gonna be he was going to marry at first sight?
Yes, remember in that conversation where he speaks about wanting a baby, it's the same conversation where he tells me he's on the show.
Or uqalele sekushow naughty before.
He told me when he was already shooting. I think he was already maybe halfway through shooting. Yes.
And then uthi bana he slept at your place. When was it? Like the galamine apakisha zonke into zakhe, or that day he slept in the car?
The day he packed all his bags and left the apartment.
Oh,
yes.
I was also part of that live. He mentioned that he was not in a relationship with you, serious relationship with you, because you were living with someone. Yeah, okay.
Okay, mandinga rolly eyes yazi mandingabikho rude mandiphendule baby. Firstly, right, Tshepo is referencing to my living with, so the partner that he's talking about is somebody that I stayed with, right? And shortly after meeting him and I were still trying to like fix our relationship, right? So when that was happening, this person was also in my life, you know, but I was not sure what's happening with him, but he was also in my life at that time. So whatever happened between us stopped. In fact, I stopped whatever was happening. I left him to focus on my relationship with this new person that he keeps referring to, which I don't understand why he keeps saying I lived with someone. We were not in a relationship because I lived with someone. I've known this person for 4 full years. The relationship or the person he's speaking about is somebody that I met, 2023? I've known him since 2021 or 2020. 2020, actually. Yes, COVID 2020. I've known him since 2020. So why is he referring to somebody that is a recent person and I've dated him from 2020? Does it make sense?
It makes sense. How long did you guys date?
I can't put a time frame because it was an on and off thing. So we would date maybe for like, for example, a month. We don't talk. We get back together again.
Okay.
Yes. But I don't get why he's going to say I don't understand how this person is factoring into our relationship or me and him dating. Me living with this person had absolutely nothing to do with a relationship with him. It was a relationship I was in outside of me knowing him. And at the time that I was living with this person, I was not dating him. So I don't know why he's putting the two together as if they interlink. They don't. It's two separate people that were not like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Yes, as dibani mdase dibana nawe ngo-2020 ufuna uthatha ngomuntu endibene naye ngo-2023 asisajoli mna nawe. I've chosen to be with somebody else because you're not stepping up, and that's the reason why I focused on this person that I lived with, because he still didn't want to step up even after starting to attempt dating from 2020. Even in 2023 besenza into eziphansi.
I think that's why Utimana, please ask Pearl if Tshepo also has tendency of taking back the things he has given you or to his partner.
Just to reference, right? Tshepo would visit me, and this happened on 2 occasions where Tshepo comes to my place. He asks me, hey, what should I bring? Alcohol, food, right? He would come to my place with alcohol. And the next day when he leaves, he would take it with him. He's come to my place as an okutya. He had stopped by a food joint where they buy meat because he had said he's craving inyama yochiwe. He bought meat. Fortunately for me, when he came, I had gone out with a friend. I think we had gone out for cocktails, so we ate wherever I was coming from. Woman comes with food, right? Fried meat and whatever. I dish up for him. But I didn't want food at the time because Nandi food, I think. Does he not take the takeaway with him when he leaves? Wayehamba nakutya uTshepo wayengasuzazise nento apha kuwazoyishiya wahamba nento azenayo phi mntase ngantoni njengebesithi 4 years of no dates, and he's making it sound like he's demeaning isidima sam by saying no dates. Abengenamali.
I mean, he's a senior IT analyst. Okanye ikla RS imali yakhe.
Khawume kasiyazi thina le mali. Phofu ndiyazi mna ndazi ngabani. Mhlawumbi umuntu onwecacisa bhetile le mali ngibhalisa mna ndiyazi imali yalaphuthi. Nawo ndamazi lamfane gowa. So the fact that he's gonna say no dates, no what, he didn't have the money to take me out. He's very dismissive. If he doesn't want to interact in a certain conversation, uzawuthetha wedwa. He will not participate. Yeah, he's like
he has to say something, explain, but at detain no comment. I'm not gonna dwell on this. In Donley.
He's like that. He's dismissive. He doesn't want. He's not gonna. Man, like he'll just speak alone.
Yo, I Jonga.
I'm sorry for not reading comments. I'm just participating with the panels. I'm so sorry for not reading comments. Shem, he's like that.
Yazi uThixo ukwambele phambili uba mawuphume kula relationship ngendlela zakhe qha wena mhlawumbe ubungayiboni.
At that time I realized, after having that conversation with him, I realized that actually no, this man is not about me. He just wants to. That's why he even boldly said it in the live that the whole pregnancy thing was going to happen with or without her. He just wanted to go around planting babies. That's all he wanted to do. That is, as far as I know, he's got one. As far as I know, he's got one. The very same person, this child he mentioned at the show. Omnye and us.
Yo, yaboza zisola sowungene phakathi komtshato wethu. So uzibophile.
Utshate nabani mntase?
Sure.
Ade naye mna
Kaloku xa usephakathi awuboni.
mna guys, I refuse. God will always show me. That is why nangoku ndi-single ndihlala apha kwi-life. Befana ngoku ndirabha isifuba asikho because ndidisena too much. Too much for my own good. Funeka xa ufuna indoda umathe ube sisidengi. And andikwazi ke mna kuba ngudengana. For the life of me, I can't be stupid. I fail. Nandi, I'm 32 years old. Thank you, Stando Sam. I'm also glad that I was able to leave that guy alone. Apparently, he's been live Tuesday and today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bekemthanda honestly.
Ubani?
But uPalisa.
Yes.
Mina ngibona ngathi bekemthanda cha.
It was intentional.
She's in denial.
She was intentional about son. I'm actually going to show up.
And after Nancy Kane off the camera, I think bazophinda bayidiscuss into yabo apho. uPalisa usamfuna yena.
Oh, guys.
Ngendlela endimjaja ngayo mna.
Uyamjaja mntasi. Hayi mntasi yamjaja shame omnye. Yo no.
Hayi ngendlela endimbone ngayo serious. Usamthanda, usafuna ukutrya futhi.
Uthini?
If uthi ayikho.
Yo mntasi noko.
Hayi serious mina ngicinga uba usezazama shem la ntombazana.
Soze. Kacingi.
Usho kanje?
Noko.
Did he ever reach out to you or try to come back after the reunion? But I think you still love him.
Better slime.
Serious, I think you still love him.
I saw this. It's not it's a love.
The thing is, I'm having an ex like
Bye. Silayelo way.
You are in denial, my dear. You are in denial. I think it's called trauma bond.
Kubalithi bengisilelo hleng. No, it's fine. KZN Joburg, baby.
No problem. I just wanted to ask if he did not reach out after the reunion. Okay, cool.
If there is no one else, we can call it a night. Silayelo, my dear. Hi. So, son.
Uze nenye.
Hayi uze nenye. You teaser. Yo, yebawo.
Hi. Yes, uze nenye. Hi, uze nenye shame. Hi bo.
I was one of the lady or girls that said Khore, Palisa, like on the live, Palisa would have never let Tshepo speak because unatlo mo kgatella, ne?
Yes.
The thing about it is Tshepo u kentse Palisa through so much heartache that she can't help her reaction. Reaction, because when we met her, she looked like she can control herself. One understand? But it also took me back. It triggered me a lot because one thing about Tshepo, or guys like Tshepo, people never see the trigger. They only see the reaction to the trigger.
True.
And in the end, Palisa started looking like Wakanya. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And Tshepo killed demonic, guys, and you come find who he's not even going to therapy. He's just probably on ChatGPT looking up ways and things to maneuver around the situation.
I can also say that he's not.
Tshepo,
I don't think
he's not going to therapy at all, And I also felt that Palisa should have taken accountability for the way Anna reacted to certain things, and that was the only thing about her. But when you date a guy like Tshepo, guys,
sometimes your confidence, how we take things, yes.
Yeah, and when you date a man like Tshepo, your confidence goes out the window. You don't want to be around. Like, they literally seclude you from other people. Yes. They treat you like, around other people, he's the best boyfriend ever. Yes. But Halili too, guys. Little bona. Yo. And
then when you speak about it, people don't believe you.
They don't. When you are the problem, not him, because how in the hell would he be a narcissist and all of those things? And when you're an angel, and we all did it to Palisa, guys. Do you understand? But I also blame the show because of the way they shot that whole thing. It made them both look like they were crazy, but now Tshepo yena na kgatella ngwana o mongwe ho feta anything else. So
you know what my chat is, right? Sorry to interject, my chat is, because he said that he checked out from the second episode or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Did he really have to take it this far if he really wasn't interested? Now you're here making so much noise about your experience, yet you checked out from the second episode. If you check out and you don't want to be a part of something anymore, couldn't he have walked away? Let's leave contractual agreements aside, you know? Why are we now saying that, yeah, I was forced to stay, hence my behavior? No. Why did you have to take it that far if you feel like I was not happy with this person and I realized second episode in that she's not the one?
And I'm sure you could have said something and they could have worked on it, because what was the point of
because they can't force
people that are unhappy together?
Exactly.
They can't force you.
They can't force.
There's always a way around the contracts and stuff. But what I see as a problem is, I'm sorry to say this, but I think Palesa called Tshepo's bullshit earlier on.
Yes.
And the control that Tshepo thought he had around this woman was lost. And also there was a day
you're very right, because one thing I know about him, once Tshepo is like this, ne? Once you clock him and he starts seeing that you now know the kind of person that he is, your life is never going to be the same.
Yeah, because
not going to treat you the same. He literally checks out. The minute you realize that, hey, this is what I'm dealing with, he mentally checks out. And everything he's going to do from that point is going to reflect him checking out.
And guys like that will drive you up the wall. Guys. And another thing is, I was watching, I don't know, there's another podcast that's doing the rounds where after the show, after we viewed the show, there's a narrative that's been spun about the lemon creams, guys. He didn't actually, it's not how he said it, because the reason why there's this issue at the lemon cream was because Palesa is apparently on a diet or on an eating plan or something like that, ne? So unamubuza hore, why would you eat the lemon cream if you're on a diet? Now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, but now this guy's trying to worm his way out of this whole thing, because your woman is on a diet and there are those moments where you just want a biscuit.
Yes, you want to snack on something. Yes.
Yeah. So now the narrative is now that Palesa Lena unabuela everything, but in essence, not a lot of us make it out of those narcissistic relationships, guys. Not a lot. It's either 100%. Or we stay for the sake of the kids, and do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
But if you manage to come out, guys, yo urapele modimo wa gago. But where for me, especially with this life, babes, or the next one that you're gonna have, trust me, let's talk about the dresses, Wabon. Let's talk about what you do. Let's talk about skin regimes. I think Tshepo se remufile.
Yeah, se remufile attention to that.
Yeah,
but it's understandable, because this was my first live after going on the show. So
after going on the show, yeah.
This was my first day going live.
No, but honestly, right now we are giving him so much airplay that he doesn't deserve, and in his narcissistic brain, more adulting. I promise you guys, Nkali pecha banyana baka plaza ki ritse passport. Nkali is Paris, where he's sitting, he's telling his friends, it's all about him.
But when KZN Jobega asked me, what is your stance with taking? I said to her, Palesa taking accountability. I said, I'm not mad at her for how she reacted, because I know exactly how a man can make you, or what he can make you do. I know you go to Munaka and do, guys, a man can drive you crazy, and you only realize after acting, no, actually I shouldn't have. But in that moment, you just feel like you're in survival mode and you are retaliating, because you're just like, I feel like I'm going crazy, and you want something that's going to make you feel better. So yes, it is granted that we should control our emotions, but sometimes you're just pushed up a wall. There's nothing you can do at that particular moment. You just want to survive a situation, and that's all that matters at that particular moment.
I must say, fam, after watching the show and hearing Pearl's side of the story, now also hearing that there's another lady who's also attesting to all this, Tshepo should not be in a relationship at all. He should be working on himself. And if maybe 5 years down the line from now, he changes, then maybe we can start then taking risks on him. Otherwise, And you know what's the funny part about all this? That is the fact that there are women out there right now who do anything to be with Tshepo. Irrespective of whatever we've seen on the show, irrespective of Palisa or Pearl's experience or this other lady's experience, there are women who are still hopeful that this man can do and be better with them. Also, I feel like when he's live, he shouldn't be out here trying to justify things, trying to shame Pearl for going to the show and exposing him. I feel like he should only be speaking about his experience on the show with Palisa. But hey, he's out here saying what he's saying, even taking it an extra mile, talking about he's gonna share pictures of his hot exes. Yo, fam, let's take all of this to the comment section. Also, remember to subscribe, like, share. Until next time, bye and thank you for watching.